What's going on, guys? Got another small comic book haul for you. I picked all these books up from a kind of a garage sale. I think I've talked about it before. It's a guy that used to have a comic book shop over in southern Indiana back in the 90s and early 2000s. I think it went out of business, but he still has a bunch of long boxes, and he still rotates his inventory pretty regularly. And he does a garage sale basically every weekend during summertime and into the fall, um, just out of his house. He's got some wall books, got about, I don't know, 20 long boxes of stuff, bunch of good dollar bin. Well, they're not dollar bins, they're 75-cent bins. That's what these first few are from. And then he's got just some dollar books, and even got some wall books, got a bunch of toys, non-sports cards, just all kinds of good stuff. So I would go there about every month or so to check it out, and that's where I picked all these up. This first book picked up for 75 cents. It's a Slam. It's not sure what this is about. I think it's a roller derby or something, but it was hot a few months ago. It got optioned, of course, so that's why it got hot. It's going for about 10, 20 bucks now, so I just recognize the cover. It's a pretty distinctive cover. So I just grabbed this for 75 cents. I'll hold on to it, and in case anything ever happens, then I can sell it. Next book, we got Gizmo and the Fugitoid. Again, this one was 75 cents as well. This is an older Mirage book. Fugitoid, of course, is from the original Ninja Turtles series. He was in, I think, issue 2 or 3 was his first appearance. He kind of helped the Ninja Turtles get out of their first interdimensional jam, I guess. He's a scientist from the future, I think. He's got the scientist brain in his body or something. I can't remember exactly what he is, but he's a robot from the future that helps Ninja Turtles get back. So I'd never seen this before. I like the cover a lot. It was only a 2-issue mini-series, so this is the first time I'd seen it, but I'll definitely pick up the second one if I ever see it. You can see it's from 1989, so it's pretty old. This is Fugitoid, the robot dude there. I'm not sure who Gizmo is. I don't think it's from Gremlin's Gizmo, but who knows. Next book, we've got Munden's Bar Annual. I'm not sure the number on this. I think it's just, what is this? It's from 1991, annual number 2. There it is on the side there. I don't know if it'll focus on that. But anyway, this was $1.50. I picked this up. It's an early color appearance of Ninja Turtles. You got them on the cover here. There's a bunch of stories inside here. The Ninja Turtle story is a reprint of Grimjack 25 or 26. I can't remember the number. But that was the early color appearance of the Ninja Turtles, and this kind of reprints it and puts the Ninja Turtles on the cover. They weren't on the cover of that Grimjack issue, but they're on here. So if you open it up, see Raphael over here getting propositioned by a lady of the night. He says no because, of course, he's a ninja. So instead he goes and crushes some beers with this guy and ends up getting into a wrestling match or a fight with him after they, drink some other pills that the lady provides, and I think it's like steroids, basically. So they kind of go into the Michael Bay Ninja Turtle look for a little while, but then come down and then make up by drinking lots of shots. And then they have a dance contest with some interdimensional tentacled being, of course, as any good dance contest will have, and they win. And that's just kind of the end of the story. But it's kind of a funny early color Ninja Turtles appearance. So I was happy to pick that up for $1.50. Last Ninja Turtles related item here. We've got Ninja Turtles Macro Series number 1, Donatello. This is from the current IDW run. This one was $10, which was only $2 more than cover price. And I never see these Macro Series books anymore. They're thick books. So anytime I see one, I pick it up. I think this was my first one from the current run. There was a bunch of micro series too. I've got a few of those, but I really like that cover with Donatello and his workshop there. So I was happy to pick that up. Next one's kind of a cool one. It's Max Freelance Police. This is a color collection. So I picked this one up for $1. Now Max came to my attention back in the early 90s with the old LucasArts adventure games. I think it was Max Hit the Road. And they had a little revival, I think in the early or mid 2000s when Telltale was doing all those remastered or remakes of those old LucasArts games. But this is from 1989, 1990, something like that. And I didn't know this when I was doing research. So the Max property that was based on a comic book, that's what was first created, was a black and white comic book in the mid 80s. And this is kind of a collection of their color appearances, or a collection of their appearances that's been colorized. So I'd never seen this before, so I just grabbed this. And then when I got home and I was looking up what they were going for, like online, so I was really surprised because on eBay in the last month or so, this book has gone for between like 40 and 80 bucks. So I'm probably not going to sell it because I just have fond memories of those Sam & Max games and just never seen this before. So I grabbed it. And then some very optimistic person, you should go check it out on Amazon, has this listed for $760 or something. So, you know, hopefully somebody takes him up on that and he'll make a nice chunk of change on that. So, but I'm going to keep this one. I don't think anybody's going to pay $700 for it. These next two books are some Mutants. I picked these up because they're early Ron Lim art. These are from '86, I think. I was looking at these Mutant books. I saw somebody post online. There was an early Rob Liefeld art. I think it was in Mutants 4 or 5 from the Shattered Earth Chronicles, maybe. So this is the main series, and this is like a mini series, I guess. But Ron Lim did the pencils and covers for both of these, so that's why I picked those up. He's one of my favorite artists, so anytime I see early Ron Lim, I'll grab that. And then this book, this Shattered Earth Chronicles, I think that's the one with the early Liefeld art. So it's a six-issue miniseries. So I'm gonna try to get that whole run. I really like collecting all these old indie books, these Eternity and Eclipse and Comico. They've got some really cool early art by some of my favorite artists. So I'm trying to pick those up as I come across them. Speaking of which, we've got another one of those. This is an Eclipse book. This is Target Airboy #1. I can see the signature there. It's Keith from '87. So this is early Sam Keith art, creator of the Max. That's what he's probably most known for. And his signature, I just saw the signature block on there, and I recognized Keith. It's a little different than his signature block from the Max or the Marvel Comics Presents, but he's got a very distinctive art style. So I've enjoyed it for the most part. So again, early work by these artists. I'll pick it up whenever I see it. The Sam Keith stuff, the Max is good, and if you want to get a laugh, check out, he did a big run on those Marvel Comics Presents runs, like from the, I don't know, 50s and 60s all the way up through the hundreds. So he's got some cool Wolverine, Ghost Rider art on there. I saw one the other day where Wolverine was oogling some woman on it that was laying down in front of him, so it's pretty funny. So there's no telling what you'll find on those. And then a lot of those are flip covers too, so it'll be, because they had they're like 3 or 4 stories in each issue. So on the cover and the back cover, they would have different artwork for the different characters and stories on there. So that's kind of cool. These last few books are all Dave Stevens. This first one is Johnny Quest. This is Comico from '86, I think. Yeah. So I picked this one up. Dave Stevens just did the cover on this one, just really cool. This was the first time I'd seen this one in person. I'd seen it online before, but seeing it in person just made me appreciate the artwork so much more. It's like, it just pops a lot more. It's much more of a, I don't know if painting is the right word, but it's just maybe cell shaded. It looks like a cartoon. I mean, I guess maybe that's just because it's Johnny Quest, but it's just if you ever get a chance to see these in person, it looks much better than online. So I was really surprised and happy to see this, and for 75 cents, you know, can't go wrong. And the last 2 books are 2 more Dave Stevens. This is probably what he's most known for, is this Rocketeer stuff. So he created the Rocketeer in the late 80s, And this one on the left here, that's the adaptation of the movie from like 91. And this is the comic book. This one was from 86 or 87, I think. 88, there's it's in the signature. So that's cool. What I really like about this one is Dave Stevens does the pencil work as well. So he doesn't just do the cover. I think this is the first one of his books that I have where he actually did something more than the cover. I was really happy about that. Because again, just flipping through it here, you can just see it's great pencil work. You just don't see this very often with these cover artists now doing the interiors. So anytime I can get a good cover artist who does the interior work, love it. And this just looks super cool, so can't wait to check that out. And then what's cool about this one, the movie adaptation, was he did the cover, but then he didn't write it or anything, but Peter David, who did a big run on Incredible Hulk around this time, he actually wrote this. He didn't write the screenplay or anything, he just wrote the comic book, but, you know, thought that was pretty cool. So Dave Stevens, great artist, Peter David, great writer, so good team up for, you know, classic movie. I think Rocketeer was probably the first time I was exposed to that, like, retro futuristic stuff, that and like Batman the Animated Series, a kind of Art Deco retro futuristic style, and I've really come to like that over the years. The early exposure to it, and then just really cool. Like Tomorrowland was another good movie, and then Sky Captain: The World of Tomorrow, that came out about 15 years ago, but just really like that aesthetic of the Art Deco retro futuristic stuff. So I'm gonna start picking these up whenever I see them now. And that's about it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you soon.